Typically, if you were on the Amazon website, you would begin by typing in a string of letters or words in the search bar. Let's say you start by typing in coffin. And as I'm typing these letters in, you'll see that I already have access to a handful of different columns. Now, if I continue typing, this will change over time, but let's go ahead and start with the first column. That is Amazon suggestions. Now, these are words that Amazon believes you're searching for, or are the most commonly searched for phrases in association to what you're typing in. You'll see that next to the keyword, you have access to a search volume, as well as a little arrow that signifies the search volume trend over the last month of how that has changed. So this one in particular has decreased in search volume by 24%. If I click the graph, I'll be given historical context of that search volume over the last 30 days, 90 days, 1 year, and all time. At any point, if I'm interested in a specific period, I would be able to drag and drop, and it would allow me to see a much closer overview of how that search volume has changed in that time span. If I click the top right-hand drop-down menu, I also have access to a couple of other trends that I can take a look at. So what that search volume history looks like on Walmart or on Google. I'm going to X out of that and talk to you about the second column now, the related keywords column. Now, these are the words that are being searched for, but they aren't appearing in the Amazon suggestions section necessarily as autocomplete, but they are still appearing inside of Magnet, which is our keyword for keyword research tool. So if you haven't watched the Magnet videos, it's our keyword for keyword research tool. If you input a keyword, you get other related keywords back. So it's exactly what it sounds like. And the same exact principle applies. You have access to different search volumes. And as you hover, you have that graph icon as well as that search volume trend. Then you have keywords after. So any keywords that begin with coffin but have other associated keywords after it, that is what you are seeing here. Same thing, search volume, trend, and graph. And then keywords before, as opposed to having to go into the Amazon search bar and type in a bunch of different things using just the top of your brain, trying to rack through your mind, figuring out, oh, what other keywords could people be typing in for this niche? You can now just see it within a click just by typing in that word you were originally thinking of and seeing those keywords after and keywords before. As for Smart Complete, these are the words that you think of when you are taking a look at a broad match campaign or a phrase PPC campaign, and they are the longer tail keywords of the seed keyword you inputted. Here you'll find the plural tenses, singular tenses, or just those words in a different format or different order. And so that's what these columns mean. Now, down below, you also have access to the search volume again for the initial seed keyword you typed in, the search volume trend, the competing number of products. So this particular coffin search has over 10,000 results that show up for it, and then 47 for title density. I hope those of you that are listening in know what title density is. If you don't know, it's part of the honeymoon strategy on the Serious Sellers podcast. But here, I'll go ahead and explain it. And this just means that 47 of those products that index on the first page for the keyword coffin actually have the keyword coffin in the title. And this is a great way to rank a lot easier once you have that product up and listed. This is something that can help you keep a pulse on how fast you might be able to index, even if you're not necessarily spending the most for PPC. At any point, if I hover over these additional keywords I was taking a look at, you'll see that those numbers at the bottom of that search expander change. For example, cardboard coffin has a search volume of 901, search volume trend of 73% change, increasing, competing products of greater than 1,000, and then title density of 2. Title density of 2 again means 2 of those products on that first page for the keyword cardboard coffin have the actual keyword cardboard coffin in the title. I hope you find that helpful. You also have the ability to export this information as a CSV file, as well as an XLSX file. And if you would like, you can run the keyword coffin on Magnet by clicking Run on Magnet. And as you can see, once I clicked on it, it just popped open a new tab for me and it automatically inputted the word coffin. And now I'll be able to have all that additional great data of what that distribution for keywords looks like, how many keywords are associated to the products that are showing up for the keyword coffin as well. I won't dive too deep into Magnet. You guys can watch those videos After this, if you would like, you also have the ability to add this keyword to my list. So if you like a keyword, you can easily click add to my list for that to go directly into your Helium 10 account underneath keywords for your list. Now, because this entire search expander is set to the default of search volume in the top left-hand corner, you'll see that all of these keywords are actually sorted by descending search volume. So these are the keywords with the highest search volume for these associated columns. But if I were to change this, if I click this little drop-down icon and click title density, then this would sort by the title density. For example, underneath the keywords before section, this says, at my funeral, take the bouquet off my coffin. This has a title density of 47. But if you go down to the bottom one, the glass coffin only has a title density of 10. The same thing applies for keywords after. For coffin dance has a title density of 24. Whereas if you go down, you'll see that it's sorted by decreasing title density. If I change this to competing products, then now it will sort for the number of competing products. That went from 20,000 or 30,000, to 10,000. This goes from 20,000 to greater than 10,000 and so forth. You get the idea. This is just so you have the ability to sort that keyword information the way that you choose, whether that is by competing number of products, title density, or search volume. Again, you have a lot of great information here that you otherwise wouldn't have access to unless you had this Chrome extension installed. Typically, if you didn't have this, you'd have to go individually into Amazon, type in those keywords, rack your brain for different ideas, or maybe go into Magnet after you found a keyword that you like, type it in, fetch data, and then find those additional keywords that you'll want to take a look at in Amazon. This compares to the search expander, right? Where you can essentially just type in that initial seed keyword you have and get access to all of this really, really, really great pertinent information. And then, of course, at any point, if you want to have a closer look at one of those additional keywords that popped up, you can just click them and it will take you directly into that Amazon